Right, so this time we're going to continue with the painting. So I'm going to use just the simple acrylic paintings. So these are the paints I'm going to use, and I have put them just here on my palette. So these are simply the colors I'm going to use, nothing ever more. But what we need to do with the paper, as we're going to use paint, which is going to use water, the paper is going to be a bit wavy. And in order to avoid this, I'm going to use the masking tape and just tape the paper on this board just to make sure that we'll get a nice and even paper afterwards, together with the painting. There we go. So nothing special. It doesn't have to be massively straight, as long as it keeps the paper. That's what I'm doing. So it doesn't have to be a wide masking tape. It can be a bit not so wide masking tape as well, but I like the wide one. Just gives me enough room. There we go. So just going to fix the paper. Yeah, with the masking tape, with the wide masking tape, you have to go through with these kind of things. So now you need to make sure that the masking tape is straightforward. If it's going to be too messy, you can always just throw this one away and start over. But if you can get away with that, like I try to do now, you can get away. As long as the edge of the paper is covered, that's the important bit. Okay, here's the fourth one. Here we go. And this is done. And it's always good that you have also the paper is quite fixed, so you don't have to worry about holding your hand on the paper. There we go. So what you need is just this kind of quite wide brush and just some water. And other than that, what we're going to do today is a sunset. So we're continuing with the nature topic. And if you think about sunset, what is the first color you can think of? For me, it's always been yellow. So what I do is, it's always good to start with the lightest color and just carry on towards the darker one. So with the yellow, so first of all, I'll have a horizon, and it doesn't have to be exactly in the middle of the paper. It can be a bit wide, upper or lower. I will do a little bit more up. So what I will do is just the horizon. Just add a bit water, because acrylic color is water soluble. There we go. Here's the sun. And just mark down where is the sun. And just make sure that you're very careful with the paints, because otherwise it will splash everywhere. So a very light shadow, or it's not a shadow, it's a reflection. There we go, very light reflection of a sun. And if you think about sunset, actually the sea and the water, it's very, very colorful. Just make sure that you have always a cloth with you as well, that you can make sure that you're not dripping anywhere and you're not making a mess. And make sure you work in an area where your parents are okay for you to splash around a bit. Right, so the next color is a bit red, because it's a sunset. And as a sunset, you will have a bit of a red as well. There we go. And you do pretty much the same as we did with a colored pencil. We put layer on upon layer. There we go. You don't have to put too much color right away. We can always add more layers. That's the whole beauty of it, because if you put right away too much color, it will just get too messy. There we go. Just make sure you have the cloth with you. Just a bit of a shadow to the sun as well. There we go. Just make it more three-dimensional. There we go. So this is our base, and we will continue with the sea. Obviously, the sea is blue. So, but not too much blue, because it's always good with acrylics that you can actually blend colors. You can blend colors, and again, this is what gives the good effect. Remember, first we started with black and white drawing. It was something that we could always use as a starting point. I chose to start with the paint right away. Here we go. But if you are not feeling comfortable enough, you can always use pencils to mark down where's the horizon, where's the sun, and how you want it to be reflected. Here we go. And also, I'll do a little bit of green color as well, just to get more in depth. And you can always go a bit more on the reflection. And that's where the masking tape helps, because you can actually go over it. But afterwards, when it all dries up, then you will have a nice border and not a messy one at all. Now, the good thing with acrylic colors is that they dry really quickly. So, meanwhile, while the sea bit is drying, we need to do a bit of a sky as well. And you have to think about that sky is darker throughout the horizon. So, again, take some water. You already because I've been cleaning my brush towards the blue, it's already blue water now. So I can take just that water and just mark the sky without any additional paint. That's absolutely fine. And it's always easy that if you feel that there is too much water, too much paint, just dry your brush. Just dry your brush. Just pass it through. There we go. So you can actually dry it up a bit. Right, so you see my horizon is not exactly straight line. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. With the sea, you have green in the water. But with the sky, let's just keep it blue. And with the sky, it's always a horizon bit is a bit darker. And that's what I'm going to do. There we go, and just blend it up a bit. Always have to be very careful if you blend it too much, so it's not going to drip anywhere. And just don't go over the sun. There we go. Right, let's leave the sky for now like that, and we can just continue with the reflections. So, we can put a bit of a yellow more, and yellow and blue together is green. There we go. But a bit different green as the one that we get from actual tube. Here we go, another layer. So that's the whole idea of a painting, that you can actually build layer by layer, and in order to achieve this kind of effect. There we go, let's put a little bit more weight towards it. A little bit more weight towards it. And soon we will be done. So make sure that you have the reflection bit still stays light. There we go. And you can just carry on, or you can leave it like that. And with that, the glass is dismissed.